And a protest over the death of a black man while being restrained by police have spread far from Minneapolis, the American city where he died. Protests have been held in other cities, including Los Angeles. The Star Wars actor John Boyega told followers on social media that white-on-black racism had ruined the world. Sky's US correspondent Greg Milam reports.
This was, the police said, a very different night of protest in Minneapolis. Burning buildings, looting and violence, an escalation as the anger and tension rises. Crowds protesting at a police station were driven back with tear gas. A man died after a shooting at a pawn shop. It is the video of the last moments of George Floyd's life, a police officer's knee on his neck, that's driven the outrage. His family and the city's mayor calling for the officer to be charged with murder.
Why is the man who killed George Floyd not in jail? If you had done it, or I had done it, we would be behind bars right now. And I cannot come up with a good answer to that question.
Body camera footage released from another officer who was there was so heavily redacted, they say for privacy reasons, as to reveal very little.
Oh boy, oh boy.
The protests have now spread. In Los Angeles, crowds blocked a freeway and clashed with police. The anger over the treatment of African-American men by police isn't new, but it is very raw right now. Fueled by things like this, a white man confronting black businessmen in the office gym.
What office?
So we have an office here, and this guy came accusing us we can't be here.
What office are you in?
Don't worry about that. We don't have to tell you.
I'm calling 911 now.
Go ahead.
The man's had his lease terminated. The actor John Boyega posted his frustrations.
A black man was just murdered in cold blood in the streets stateside again, while saying that he can't breathe. That's a continuous cycle going on. And although I don't live in the States, but I'm black. F that. So I'll say it again. F you racist white people.
That frustration is shared by America's politicians.
To watch Mr. Floyd be murdered in a video at a time when we're all so sad to begin with. It's always tragic. It has always been tragic. But there we saw it on TV, being murdered on TV.
In Minneapolis, the community's feeling is clear. Donald Trump has said justice will be served, but it could take weeks for a prosecutor to decide on criminal charges. And people here are impatient for answers. Greg Milam, Sky News, Los Angeles.
Well, staying with that story, and let's bring you some live pictures now, as you can see, from Denver, Colorado. This is, of course, another night of violent clashes with police, and it follows the death of George Floyd, 46 years old, who died on Monday. Now, of course, his case came to light after a video of a white police officer kneeling on his neck, and you can also hear him gasping for air, and you can hear him saying, "I can't breathe." Now, these pictures, of course, follows protests to raise awareness of the movement of the Black Lives Matter, and also to raise awareness of police brutality in America, because, of course, the case of George Floyd, who died on Monday, echoes that of the case in 2014, where Eric Garner, for example, was placed in a police chokehold, and he died subsequently following that. And that also was the catalyst for the Black Lives Matter movement. More protests are planned in America following the death of George Floyd, 46 years old, who died on Monday.